Next up, it's the Seahawks on the clock. On the clock now, the Detroit Lions. With the next pick, the Miami Dolphins are on the clock. The Detroit Lions now on the clock. With the next selection, the Lions are on the clock. The Las Vegas Raiders are on the clock. Next up, the Jets are on the clock. It's the Detroit Lions now on the clock. On the clock now, the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions now on the clock. The Las Vegas Raiders now on the clock. With the next selection, the Lions are on the clock. The Chargers are up now. They're on the clock. It's the Detroit Lions now on the clock. Now on the clock, it's the Las Vegas Raiders. On the clock now, the Detroit Lions. With the next pick, the Raiders are on the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, the current pick has been traded. The New York Jets are now on the clock.
easily see, here are some recommendations to get you started.
today, from Ford Field in Detroit, it's week 2 of
two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And he comes off an incredible performance in the opener, 5 touchdown passes. Now look, you always want to start strong, but I think that's more than anyone, including himself, could have expected.
Throwing at the outset, here's Mahomes. Buying time to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Frank Clark. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their 2nd possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them.
The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
Here we go, set, yellow, 43.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flush to his right. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. A nice throw right there. And, Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command. not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely look to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. He's got room at the 30. Touchdown, Detroit! A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Lions take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And he's been throwing the ball up for grabs here early on. 2 passes, 2 interceptions. They'll try and rein things in a bit here as he starts again on first down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now this defense for the Lions, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, it's Mahomes. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Now it's Mahomes again. Escaping the pressure right. He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. I think you would agree, just a good decision right there. Goes for the safe play, gets some yardage out of it.
And showed some toughness as well. As you noted, he stayed right in there. Solid rush was coming, hung in there, took the hit, dumped it out to the outside, and now they pick up some yardage, and you have a back that's grateful to you and will continue to make plays.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Mahomes' throw complete there to Smith. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And he wisely will throw that one away. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
And Detroit getting set to go now. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 2nd down. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. Back to throw. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. The Lions at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
He sets to fire deep. He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
They'll try to run this one in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. He'll try again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His second rushing touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Chiefs offense ready to go again. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Now Mahomes. It's caught. Smith. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Lions are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Ready. 45. Right.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Yellow. 22. Ready.
They go play action here on first down. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's 2nd and 8. Rolling to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
But the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
He's been having a good day so far, but I think he got a little overzealous on that one. Still young in this league. Has to learn to try not to do too much on an individual play because, as we all know, sometimes less is more. And throwing away is preferable to making the big mistake.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Mahomes going to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we have reached. A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Lions to take over. They've got the lead right now in this contest, and they're coming off that victory a week ago against the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go 1st and 10.
60 red. 60 red.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. And they're going to speed things up here. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Alex Singleton, the linebacker, there on the tackle. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough 30 yards for you when necessary.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. This is caught by Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Called out a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside, and 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And that'll be caught by Tony. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And a short gain down to about the 33. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Mahomes now to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 23. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. 1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 56 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Quick slant, caught by Moore. Touchdown! Sky Moore. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chiefs have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Mahomes will throw for it. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. Now it's 2nd and 9. Hearns the man in motion left. Second and 9 now. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Hands it off out of the gun. Room here to run. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene. Right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel real.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown. Detroit. A great play. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Rosas good with the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down 21-14, 2:07 remaining. They'll have one play, maybe two, before the 2-minute warning as they've got a 1st down. Mahomes now on 1st down. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing now is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Finding Kelsey.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Mahomes. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Now Mahomes got to have this one. Gets this to Moore. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Clock running here under 90 seconds to go. Mahomes. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Lions have just about sewn up this football game.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll buy some time right. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. He'll fire this one deep for Hearns. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Rosas now to add the PAT. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Mahomes to throw it. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Taylor Rapp with a pick. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense, and let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game,
This player's development trait is hidden. Put him in your lineup.
Tonight, from Lumen Field in Seattle, it's the NFC Wild Card Round on E!
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that'll be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
So following the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 25.
56. Mike, 56 right there, 56.
On play action, they'll throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got this to Williams, complete. And he's going to be up around the 45-yard line. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
A nice throw there. And, you know, this game, a true rarity. Not one, but you got two rookie quarterbacks facing each other in the playoffs. What do you think, Charles, that says about the state of quarterback play in today's NFL?
I'm glad you asked that question because all week in preparation for this game, I thought about that. And what I've landed on is this. These kids play high-stakes games from the time they're in high school. A lot of them travel to play games. They play on television. They go to college, play big-time games. And let's face it, the game has never been more quarterback-centric than it is now. So these kids develop a lot faster and are a lot more confident before they even hit the NFL.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing in the colleges delivered to the NFL.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 30-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On the move to his left. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Seahawks.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Steps away to his left. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw here. Flush to his right. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a 2nd half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Here we go. Here we go. Red 38. Cover 38. Go.
Going quickly out to the right side. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. 18 of them. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. They'll set up a throw. Rolling to his left. And it's a short one here. Complete to the tight end. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now this time he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
52 blasted.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Here we go. Back. 25. Right.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now back to throw. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. And in for the Lions touchdown. A great effort there. 30 yards. And the Lions get a bit closer. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. His throw incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He's got this complete to Williams. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. And quickly they get to the line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Let's go. Yellow, 43.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Here's a quick throw right side, and it's complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Calling a gain of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 4. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. That's caught. And he's going to get in for the 2 points. And that'll make this a 10-point game. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Can't officially call this a win for them yet, but it's looking good to move on to the divisional round. They'll be on the road, of course, as an underdog. But the age-old question, would you rather have the momentum they're going to have or sitting at home with a bye? I'm sure you'd probably rather have the bye.
You remember that conference call we had before the playoffs started? We were talking with some people in the industry and some of the coaches that are out there. And we kind of posed the same question. You know, if you're coming off of a game like this, Yeah, and you're taking out a team that had that open week. Which way do you want to go? And you remember the answer they gave us? I want the better team. Okay,
absolutely.
I get it. But I think there's a lot to having that momentum of having played versus coming off of that layoff because maybe you start a little bit slower. We see those upsets happen all the time.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it. I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the first down.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Alex Singleton. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
This is complete. Finds his man Hearns. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. 34 yards.
And the Lions have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And right now they're just looking for a little more cushion, trying to make this a 2-score game. Points here would go a long way, obviously, to propelling them into the next round.
And this is where the head coach, offensive coordinator, they've had to set a tone all year long about what they do on offense. So most teams want to stay in attack mode, but you have to do it with some bit of caution, don't you? Because you can't come away with no points. You need these points here in order to feel a lot better about where they are in this game.
But this time of the year, playoffs, game of this magnitude, this is what we hope for.
Yeah, it's exactly what we hope for. You want to run your offense cautiously, but not so cautiously that you just give it up.
Now this throw caught left side.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10.
And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll go down at the 28. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
They'll drop the throw. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Back to Walker on 1st down.
No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And Walker once more. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
Maybe the old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone getting the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
On 3rd down, here's Walker.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. This to swell the lead to 6. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Got it inside the 10.